Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW video. With the Evolution will be televised series today, we of course will cover Raw and SmackDown in the one video. The good thing about this episode is it's the go home show before we head into Judgment Day, so we'll be covering in the first part of the episode the Raw matches that will begin to that particular show, and then in the second half of the show pick on SmackDown with of course Judgment Day to follow next Tuesday. So before we start, as always, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think of the series. How would you have booked the 2003 era? How did you enjoy it personally as a fan? And of course, let me know how you're feeling about the wrestling industry in general. How are you feeling with what time of writing, Kurt Angle on vacation? How is life under Constable Corbin? The reunition of the Shield, and of course, Roman Reigns as champion. It was always going to happen. Let me know what you think. But yeah, as always, just watching, it's much appreciated. Enjoy it, please leave a thumbs up. Any comments are always deeply appreciated. And then you can hook me up as well on the old Twitter, @Twitter1Maxwell. Be happy to talk away there. So, here's Raw. 17,481 fans, Chicago, Illinois, Allstate Arena. Start off with a match. Very strange for one of my shows, but superb matchup, and it was just really a warm-up match for Nash and Michaels going into the pay-per-view. Unfortunately, the team to suffer the distinction of putting them over as the tag champs, Regal and Storm, and Nash and Michaels winning 14-21 when Nash gets Regal with the jackknife powerbomb. Shawn Michaels carried the match. It was a B82. They don't call it a quad-back storyline, has gained heat. 4 good performances there. Nash is obviously going to have declining physical ability, so we'll give him a wee run before we'll slowly but surely job him down the card, but pretty much decent there. Few negatives as to be expected, but a solid opener nonetheless. We then have our weekly traditional bikini contest where Jonathan Coachman hosts as Trish beats Stacey. Again, C63 just covers our attractive women quota so we can focus on other women in the database in title matches. Of which we saw a poor match that saw Molly Holly defeat Victoria in 7:44 with a Molly go round. Of course, Molly Holly coming to the save of Trish Stratus last week. So she took on Victoria in a C-56 match. She's not suited to her gimmick. I can't change it just yet. But a good win for Molly, which was a storytelling match. Which leads to Eric Bischoff coming out and he books a match for Judgment Day. Women's Championship on the line as Victoria will defend it against both Trish Stratus and Molly Holly. So pretty decent. Bischoff came across well. Not going to delve too much into it because at the end of the Raw portion, we'll go through the matches announced for this Sunday. Sorry, I didn't pre-booked. Extremely short match. We saw Goldust defeat Steven Richards in 3:31 with a curtain call. Match up here was really just another one to gain Goldust some cheap momentum because he's obviously been jobbing to Orton and Batista. So C-57. Goldust with a better performance than Stevie. Both know their roles. Does its job in the mid-card. Hype video for Dr. Nick Dinsmore. The evil Doctor will be making his way to Raw in the upcoming weeks, hopefully. Knowing me, it'll probably be months, but the plan is to get him there, but get him a good bit of popularity before the debut. So a D-36 video. Then had the decent match that saw Christian defeat the glitched Diamond Dallas Page in 9:52 with Unprettier, a B-77. Ignore the debut, and he's been here for about 3 months now. 59 for Page, 73 for Christian. It got the crowd hotter. Of course, declining physical ability, poor gimmick, low morale, glitch character. We're just going to job DDP out. This leads to DDP getting put down by Christian and his apprentice, you could say, Christopher Nowinski. And Rhino makes the save. So a C65, of course, the feud between Rhino and Christian for the IC title. And yeah, should be interesting there. Performance of Rhino was good, and DDP underperformed. He's only on a 1-year deal anyway, so he'll be out the door sooner rather than later. Eric Bischoff confirms the match from last week, Kane versus Christopher Nowinski, because of the actions of Nowinski last week. So that's booked in, and that match is happening next. And it saw Kane defeat Nowinski in 3:27 with a chokeslam. Simple match. It's just showing how dominant Kane can be. In the C60, the 85 performance for Kane, 47 for Nowinski. And it just shows that Nowinski's got a long way to go before he's at the big red machines level. So it's good that for once it's a lot of storylines that are intertwining with each other. And I'm actually remembering stuff that I booked last week, because I've probably played a lot of Mother Save in the meantime. Hype video for the debut of Shauna here. It's a D47, so he'll probably be closer than Dr. Nick Dinsmore. So we're happy with that. They're actually wrestling on Heat, but obviously it's not in the video, so I'm still counting that as a not to debut as of yet. We then have Theodore Long and Mark Henry just saying you might be defending your title, Rhino, against Christian, but make no bones about it. If you retain that title, we're coming after you. We're going to beat the hell out of you like we beat the hell out of Kane. So that's a C-56. Then have a little thing with Booker T and Goldust. Booker T's going to go one-on-one with Randy Orton at Judgment Day, and he says to Goldie, it's cool, I'm in a tag match tonight, but honestly, just let me be. We're still friends, we're still tag partners, but just give me this opportunity, I can need this. So that's a B81, Goldie understands. For that, we had a good wrestling match with decent reaction from the crowd. This was meant to be, was it meant to be a double DQ? I think I changed it at the last minute. The Dudleys defeated the 3-minute warning in 8:09 when Jamal was DQ'd. It was basically to make both look strong. Dudleys are going into potentially a tag title match in 3-minute warning. It gives them a loss, but at the same time makes them look strong going into that match against Nash and Michaels. Good performance for Dudleys in the 81s. Jamal with a 56, Rosie with a 64. Pretty surprised at that, but then again, Jamal didn't really come to fruition until he was a MAGA. So The Rock cuts a promo on Bill Goldberg and says that Bill Goldberg got lucky as hell at, at Backlash. It's not going to be the same. He's going to kick his ass, the jabroni. That's a B+86. And the matchup was superb, and it was The Rock and Randy defeating Booker T and Goldberg. I nearly called him Gilberg there, in 1334 when Randy Orton defeated Booker T with an RKO following a distraction from Ric Flair. And The Rock carried the match in terms of in-ring performance with a 98, Orton with a 68, Booker T 73, Bill 75. Not bad considering they didn't work well. That's going to put a big hampering on their performance. 81's good for a main event, a couple of skills there in performance, and yeah. That leads us into the main event, which of course is a contract signing confirming the main event of Judgment Day. Steve Austin and Triple H one more time. Triple H will of course have Batista in the background, they'll have Ric Flair, they'll have Randy Orton. Austin's overcame many things before, but can he overcome Triple H? And it ends basically because the members of Evolution have all been involved in matches earlier. A brawl and a stunner. So A99, Triple H looked good, and we end Raw with a B+86, increasing our popularity in 20 regions. So overall, happy with that. Decent show, and I'm just going to get into the main screen just now, and we'll document what's going to happen on the Raw side of things for Judgment Day. I'm quite happy with the matches we've got planned. It should be a hell of a stacked card when you add in SmackDown. Let's just quickly look if there's anything there that directly affects us. Nope. Tori Wilson's contract's ending, that's cool. We'll give Tori a new contract because she's only 27 and we really do need as many female talents as possible on the SmackDown brand. Randy Orton says Christopher Lewinsky is clumsy. Very interesting that he's a locker room leader already. Ric Flair says Regal doesn't connect with the fans. Even though Devon won, he still needs wins. 24-3-9 on TV, and Rico doesn't quite cut it, says Devon Dudley. No enough match against them, but still a bit harsh. But the reality of why we're here is, of course, to really run down the card for pay-per-view. So Judgment Day, we have Booker T versus Randy Orton. We've got Rhino versus Christian for the Intercontinental Championship. Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash will take on 3-minute warning. Steve Austin versus Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Dudleys versus Lance Storm and William Regal will probably go to pre-show because of time constraints. It's for the World Tag titles. The Rock versus Bill Goldberg 2. Can The Rock get his revenge on Goldberg's winning the first match? Victoria versus Molly Holly versus Triple H. That should be changed to Trish Stratus. It is Trish Stratus. I just didn't rename it after I put Triple H the first time. That is for the Women's Championship. And of course, SmackDown as The Undertaker, Kurt Angle, Hulk Hogan, Brock Lesnar, with more matches to be confirmed at the end of this episode. So, I will see you guys momentarily for SmackDown. Now on to SmackDown, where we're inside the Stan Sheriff Center in Hawaii, somewhere a little bit different to make sure we're covering most bases of America. We start the show with Stephanie McMahon in the ring with Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan, Kurt Angle, and The Undertaker. All four men hyping up their chances of winning the WWE Championship, of course, in the hands of The Undertaker come this Sunday at Judgment Day. The segment scores an A-star 99. What a good positives there with improvisation. What this leads to is the main event tonight will feature Brock Lesnar teaming with The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, and a teammate of their choice against Kurt Angle and 3 potential partners. The question is, who will Kurt Angle recruit? Who will be the 4th man for the babyface team? First match of the evening, extremely short match, saw Chris Benoit defeat Shannon Moore in 5:28 by pinfall, C+66. They didn't click, which made an awkward bout, which is a wee bit disappointing, but Benoit basically gets the win, gets some momentum going forward. This leads to an ambush from Big Show and A-Train, numbers game, size advantage, just making Big Show and A-Train as the monsters they are under the tutelage of Paul Heyman. The B-76 overall continues the storyline. We find out after the match that Stephanie McMahon is going to ban A-Train from ringside this Sunday. So it strictly will be Chris Benoit versus the Big Show with just Paul Heyman in the big man's corner. So B-73 there. Stephanie certainly been busy and probably a lot more tolerable in this generation and universe compared to right now in real life. We then go to our tag division where we had a decent match that saw the tag team champions Team Angle defeat Scotty 2 Hotty and Rikishi in 13:53 when Shelton Benjamin scores the quick win via Cradle over Scotty 2 Hotty. C+68 here. You can see the best performances from Shelton and Rikishi, so it's up to Scotty and Charlie Haas to get in their level, but a few skill increases and a decent match for the tag team division, it has to be said. Backstage after the match, Kurt Angle's like, yeah, I know you've just wrestled Shelton and Charlie, but be my team. And they're just like, nope, we've already wrestled, we need to go and rest. I'm sorry, let you down. So B-79, performance of Kurt Angle was good, Charlie Haas underperformed. So who will be in Kurt Angle's team to face the challengers this Sunday? Find out later in the show. Our match saw Jamie Noble defeat Crash Holly in 7:46 with a pay dirt, D+51. Better performance from Noble than Crash Holly, but it is again building the cruiserweights popularity up, but a good one for him nonetheless. We then have a music video hyping up the return of the APA. Surely won't be too long until we see them, and that is a C-56. We then go into our women's match of the evening, of course, to get our attractive female quota up. It was a terrible match that saw Tori Wilson defeat Dawn Marie and Nydia in a triple threat match in 5:06 when Tori defeated Dawn Marie with a handful of the tights. What it didn't show there, but you can clearly see in the road agent report, is this was due to a Sable distraction which helped Tori pick up the win. So a D-37, we should probably stick to bikini contests because our skill set's just not quite where we need it to be, and it lowered crowd's enthusiasm. Next up though, we got the crowd back with Kurt Angle finding some partners, and in his corner are going to be the FBI. So he really struggled, but he's managed to get his hands on Nunzio, Chuck Palumbo and Johnny Stamboli. So it's a C-62. Then have John Cena doing guest commentary for the next match, which is a B-76. It sees his enforcer, the Big Boss Man, take on Edge, and Edge picks up the win in 12:40 with a spear. which is a B-73. Edge of the better in-ring performance to Bossman, which you would expect, but it gives him a good bit of momentum going forward to this Sunday. And after the matchup, heated confrontation, one final time, Edge versus Cena, US title, and that is a B+ 887. It's a quick show, but it's got a lot of stuff done. Then the main event match was a good match that saw The Taker, The Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Lesnar, and Eddie Guerrero, who joined them, defeat the team of Angle, Stampoli, Nunzio, and Palumbo in 9:40 when Lesnar defeated Nunzio with the F5. Paul just made it where they just kept Nunzio away and the other guys put up a bit of a fight. You can see there the main event babyfaces, much better performance to the heels, bar Kurt Angle. If anything, I think we just need a bit more depth in the heel department going forward, so that's something we need to work on. But B81's still good, and I finished the show. Kurt Angle's belted it away, but Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, and Hulk Hogan decide, one of us is going to have the one-upmanship into this match, and they brawl until we fade to black and end the show. So all three come across well, and a B+ 88, and we did still score a popularity increase in 15 regions with a B+ 84. My concern was the overexposure of the FBI, 5 minutes in their hype vignette with Kurt Angle, and then obviously the 12 odd minutes in the match. I thought it might be too much, but it seems like we've benefited from that. We'll carry on to the main screen, so I do want to get through the main card. The full card will now be on at the booking screen, so we'll have a wee look here, and then we'll get through it. So, Redditor re-signing for UPW. Kenta Kobashi back with Noah. Let's have a look here. Lesnar doesn't like A-Train. Hogan doesn't like Jimmy Noble. Okay. So a pretty short bit here for SmackDown. Judgment Day 4 days away, in a good position. And now just to confirm the rest of the card, if I just quickly go to my booking. I can remember where it is. There we go. So for SmackDown, Chris Benoit versus The Big Show. Edge versus John Cena, Los Guerreros versus Team Angle. It seems like it's the rematch pay-per-view. Rey Mysterio versus Jamie Noble. We also have The Undertaker versus Kurt Angle versus Hulk Hogan versus Brock Lesnar. I felt like adding anything else is overstacking it, and maybe even some of these matches may get cut because of how big the pay-per-view is. So we're going to aim for this card. If you want to give your predictions, let me know in the comment section below. We'll see who gets closest. And the video, of course, will be live next Tuesday. So looking forward to it. Hopefully it should be a good pay-per-view. What's going to be interesting is the turnaround is only 2 weeks, and then you're in Insurrection. But you do get a big break between Insurrection and Vengeance. So I think we'll keep up the tradition of Insurrection being like kind of, not throwaway matches, but just matches you wouldn't normally see as main events at pay-per-views. And then we'll go all out for the Vengeance, but then again, Insurrection's the only pay-per-view for June, so we'll see. But apart from that, cheers for watching, much appreciated, and hopefully I'll see you next time for what will be hopefully a great pay-per-view at Judgment Day. See you later. Bye bye.